Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving straight into a big one. We're unpacking the central thesis and the incredibly practical framework of Pam Grout's fascinating book, Think and Grow Rich. If you're looking for a direct, structured breakdown of a text that absolutely challenges everything we've been taught about success and abundance, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to deconstruct her whole idea of what she calls shameless gratitude and see exactly how she connects these concepts to cognitive science and energy fields. It's a completely radical paradigm shift, and we're going to map it all out for you step by step.
You know, Bill Gates once said, "I can understand wanting $1 million, but once you get much beyond that, I have to tell you, it's the same hamburger." And honestly, that brilliantly illustrates the exact departure point for Grout's book. This isn't your traditional financial self-help explainer. We aren't going to talk about optimizing your 401k or manifesting a massive McMansion. Instead, the author argues that traditional financial wealth is just one tiny, way overemphasized fraction of true abundance. She really wants to redirect our focus to a completely different kind of wealth, one that we actually already possess but usually just fail to recognize.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the premise of ferocious gratitude. Second, escaping the brain's hologram. Third, redefining true wealth. Fourth, playing the party games. And finally, the 30-day experiment.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the premise of ferocious gratitude. When most of us hear the word gratitude, we picture something kind of polite, maybe even a little flimsy, right? Like a quick thank you for a nice gift. But Grout is talking about something much more aggressive. Our cultural norm tells us that you have to fight for what you want and nothing comes easy. We are literally programmed for endless struggle and striving. But Grout posits that this aggressive scrambling is actually counterproductive. It entirely blocks us. Instead, she introduces the gratitude frequency. She describes it as this state of pure openness and flexibility that invites new possibilities. She calls it ferocious, in-your-face gratitude. Think of it like an extreme sport of thanking everything in your life, even the bad stuff, because doing so acts as a portal to a completely different energetic state.
Moving right along to Section 2, escaping the brain's hologram.
So you might be wondering, why does this ferocious gratitude supposedly work? Well, to explain this, the author weaves in a framework based on cognitive science and quantum potential. She introduces the FP, or the field of potentiality. Grout neutrally describes the universe as a shared pool of unlimited resources and energy waves. Think of it exactly like a massive cloud in cyberspace. According to the book, everything in the material world actually starts as an energy wave or a thought in this field before it manifests into something solid. The FP is constantly broadcasting possibility, joy, and freedom. But the catch is, we have to actively choose to tune into it.
The author uses this awesome image of ziplining through the jungles of the Dominican Republic to explain a major concept. Our brains act exactly like computers. They take our personal HTML, which she defines as our learned thoughts, our anxieties, and all that cultural programming we just talked about, and they translate that code into the physical reality we experience. She calls this perceived reality a hologram. So the absolutely crucial point here is that if you're constantly running the HTML code of fear, lack, and struggle, your brain is going to construct a hologram of the world that perfectly matches that code. Gratitude is the tool she suggests for rewriting that HTML so you can actually download a better reality from the cloud.
Which brings us to Section 3, redefining true wealth.
If we're changing our internal HTML, what exactly are we trying to download? Like we established at the top, it's not about cold, hard cash. Grout recategorizes wealth entirely. She introduces 5 distinct forms of alternative capital that she argues we should be amassing to build our Think and Grow Rich portfolio. First up is alchemic capital, which is the magic of looking for the good to literally change your physical reality. Then there's spiritual capital, which is all about tuning into that deeper presence. Creative capital is about rewriting your story and just expressing joy. Adventure capital channels your inner child. And finally, social capital. Let's actually take a closer look at that last one.
Social capital is a fantastic example of her overall philosophy. It isn't just about, networking or having someone to grab a coffee with and complain about your boss. True social wealth is having comrades to have fun with. It's about having a real team to scheme and dream with, people who uplift you and amplify your joy. The book absolutely insists that if you aren't having fun and sharing contagious laughter in this lifetime, you are completely missing the point of true wealth.
Let's move into Section 4, playing the party games.
Okay, so we know what we're trying to amass, but how do we actually do it? This is where the book gets incredibly practical, but in a very unconventional way. If you've ever read a self-help book, you know they are usually packed full of rigid homework-like exercises. Grout throws that completely out the window. She argues that the energy of working hard on yourself is the wrong frequency altogether. Instead, she offers 27 party games. The logic here is that joy, playfulness, and lightness are the exact frequencies that attract abundance. You simply can't slog your way to a joyful life. Let's break down the mechanics of one of my absolute favorite games from the text. It's called Maro Up, which she learned from the Japanese author Ken Honda. Step 1. You have to understand Maro, which translates to true heart. It's essentially a spiritual state of unconditional love for yourself and others. Step 2. You say arigato, which is Japanese for thank you, hundreds, maybe even thousands of times a day. Step 3. By doing this, you radiate love to attract miracles. It's all about tapping into the frequency of pure joy to create a win-win situation for everyone around you. It's a simple, repetitive action, but it actively shifts your focus away from your anxieties and entirely onto your blessings.
And finally, Section 5, the 30-day experiment.
This is the culmination of the book's entire methodology. It's where the rubber meets the road. The core of the book is a 30-day experiment, and here is the central hypothesis you're testing. If you devote yourself to scouting blessings, you'll find them out the wazoo. Yes, that's her actual phrasing, and it's brilliant. The goal here is a simple daily practice, literally just 5 minutes a day to rewrite your habits, rewire your nervous system, and upgrade the bandwidth of your consciousness. By turning your day into a 24-hour reconnaissance mission for miracles, you physically stop your brain from running that old, fearful HTML.
And this is exactly why the book carries the subtitle, A 30-Day Experiment in Shameless Gratitude and Unabashed Joy. The author's overarching claim is that if you actually commit to this, if you play the party games and militantly look for the good, you will enter a parallel universe. You'll look back at your old fears and anxieties and wonder how you ever lived that way. The ultimate takeaway from her text is the proof that love always trumps fear and abundance always trumps loss.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty provocative question. What frequency are you downloading from the cloud today? Are you defaulting to that cultural norm of struggle and lack, pulling down the same old tired code? Or are you ready to rewrite your personal HTML with ferocious, unapologetic gratitude? The field of potentiality is out there, just waiting for you to change the dial. Think about it. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.